WEHT Local Lifestyles continues.
And we are back with Charlie Stocker. And while we were in break, we were talking about Charlie going with more and more organic fertilizer. And let's talk about why, though, Charlie.
You have an organic fertilizer, which would be, let's give an example, alfalfa meal, cottonseed meal, blood meal, bone meal, rock phosphate. All of those things are organic. They don't have any salts attached to them. Whereas your synthetic fertilizers, 10-10-10, 12-12-12, 34-4-3, all of these things that are manufactured give the plant a jolt of macronutrients, but they can't use everything you put on the ground. And what happens? It goes ahead and leaches through, gets into the subsoil, then the groundwater, and has long-lasting effects. Organic material, organic fertilizers are bound up in the soil and they don't leach through, and they're utilized by the plants.
As nature intended.
It really is, yeah.
Richard is on the phone. Good morning.
Richard?
Yes.
Are we boring you?
Are
we boring you,
ago,
Richard?
You said something about trying to find sterile potting soil.
Uh-huh.
I've been looking, and I can't find that word sterile on any of the labels.
Okay, if it shows,
where do I get it?
Good point. If it shows that it's a soilless mix, you can either check with their website, but 95% of the time it will be sterile. And you're getting ready to do some seed starting, aren't you?
I think we've already lost him there.
Yeah, I think you're getting ready to do some seed starting. And that's a non-negotiable with seed starting. You've got to use the soilless mix.
So, but does it not say there on the front, sterile whatever?
Well, it should read sterile somewhere. And if you can't find it, before you buy it, go to their website. It'll have a website, a place where you can call to find out if it is sterile. But the key is if you're starting seeds, and we're getting ready to do
it's fixing to be time, as we say.
It is, but we're going to go through a whole process. I have 5 programs laid out for soil seed starting. And one of the non-negotiables is a container that has holes in it, that drains water, but a soilless mix, sterile mix, because the biggest problem with starting seeds is damping off, and it's a fungus. And you get that from your garden soil, you get that from cow manure, anything you buy in bags. If it's not sterile, you're better off not.
Just don't even try it.
No.
Well, Joe from Evansville is on the phone. Good morning, Joe.
Morning, Joe.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, we are excited here. We're excited.
We are.
I've got a question about daffodils. I've got some shoots, quite a few shoots coming up, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches high. But my question is, I guess they're going to be okay. But the last 2 years, they didn't bloom. They came up, but they didn't bloom. What do I do? Okay,
my question is, are they in a woodland area or are they in the full sun?
Partly sun. They're on the south side, but there are a lot of trees around. So I don't know if they get enough sun.
Here's one of the first things I look at is people think, well, I can create a woodland effect with those daffodils. And in fact, you can for maybe 1 or 2 years. But if they're not getting the sun to really create that photosynthetic process where the blades take it down into the bulb and it replenishes the bulb, you're really, excuse the expression, barking up the wrong tree. They need at least, even in time, they need 6 hours of full sun. Even though you see beautiful pictures, these beautiful pictures of the daffodils in the woods and well, that'll work for maybe 1 or 2 years. And that's the only thing I can think of. It's phosphorus is what creates the bloom and the roots, okay? That's phosphorus. But we have an overabundance of phosphorus in our soils. So you really don't need a fertilizer, and that would be bone meal. You don't need a fertilizer that has a lot of phosphorus in it unless you take a soil test. But my first thing would be, is it getting enough sun?
Get enough sun. You can move those easily, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure.
Why do I take so long to answer a question?
Because you have a lot to say.
Yeah,
that's why we have you here.
That's what I think.
Well, and that's why you have the Hey Garden Guys. You want to know those longer answers, you can check him out on Facebook and online. It's good to see you.
Good to see
We'll
you.
be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.